Hey guys! This is Vaughn, and welcome back to another episode on the Pixel League server. It's great to be back, and if you noticed last episode, we had, well, 2 episodes in one day. I was mistaken as to when Beef was uploading the prank that we did on him, and so I ended up releasing episodes 42 and 43 on the same day. So, instead of a daily series, you got twice daily series that day, which was, kind of sucked for me, but good for you guys, I hope. And he liked the prank, so I consider it a win. And as you can see in the illuminating episode that I did, I have finished all of the that is, how do I, there we go, all of the street posts, and it looks pretty good, especially in the daytime. I think it looks really nice. In the illuminating episode, which was actually 2 episodes ago, I mean, I'm all discombobulated because of the prank video, but in the illuminating episode, I asked how I should do arches between them so that they would go up, and I was kind of frustrated because it would be kind of difficult to do that and make it look good. And somebody commented on that video named Jacob Kopp, Mr. Jacob Kopp, and he said, why don't you do them left to right across, like that? Oh, Jacob, you genius, you. That is a great idea. So, I have done that. I've done 2 versions. The first version is using the style that I've already made with kind of thin half slabs across. Looks pretty nice. It kind of curves and then goes out, so I might try raising it a little bit and make it a little higher so that it's more of a bigger curve, like a, I don't know, like here it's kind of flat. It's kind of a flat curve, and it could be a higher curve. And then this one I did, because at night this is really, really dark, and so I thought, ooh, wouldn't it be nice if we could put some glowstone on it? And so I did that, and I came up with this design. It's a little thick, it's a little chunky. I like it, and it looks good at night, but I don't love it. It also, I mean, it's 6 glowstone, which is not a big deal. I have lots of glowstone and I don't have any other plans for it, so that would look kind of cool as like a tunnel that you would walk through, but it does look a little chunky to be supported on these tiny little posts. Plus, because I put a glowstone here, then I would have to replace all of these hoppers that I made, and I made a bunch of hoppers, and it's not a big deal, but I don't know what else I would use those hoppers for, so it would be kind of wasted. So maybe I should try a third design. I think I'm going to try a third design where it's thin like this, because I think that this matches the thin of the post a little bit better, but more arched. Let's try that. I went over to my creative world and I designed something that I think is going to look okay. I'm going to use glowstone. It would be nice if I could have I tried a bunch of different materials, and the best thing looked like it was beacons, because they look like streets, or streets? They look like street lamps. It looked really good with beacons, but even if we could get withers, there's no way that I could get that many. And I mean, I could ask if I could like spawn in beacons just for decoration, but I don't want to do that. So I kind of designed this. Let's see, I drew it down, I drew it on a piece of paper so that I wouldn't have to look at a screenshot. So it's 1 regular straight up, and then it's 2 upside down stairs, then it's another regular stair but facing this way. Good, okay. Then it's, is that right? No, I think it's facing the other way. Crap. Let's do it like this. Yeah. Okay, like this, good. Then it's a slab, and then it's 2 slabs. So in order to do that, let's go like that. So much more difficult when you're doing it not in a creative world. Okay, so like that. Yeah, you can see this is much, much higher up. That'll give us a much nicer arc. So let's do the same thing on the other side, and then I will show you what it looks like. Okay, I think that should about do it. I think there's still one more piece of dirt right there. Now let's see how that looks. I haven't taken the other ones down. Oh no! Screwed something up. Let's see, what did I screw up here? I think I just put too many. I think that's just supposed to be 1. There we go. I think that's it. That'll do it. I just put the wrong old blocky down. Okay, so let's see. How does that look? Yeah, that's a nice big curve. I mean, compared to this curve, which is very flat, and then it's thin, as opposed to this one, which is really thick. So I think I like that. I think I like that. Like I said, I used beacons there, and that looked really nice, but unfortunately we can't do that. I could put item frames around it. It's unfortunate that we don't have the stained glass, because I think item frames with pink stained glass around it might look nice. I also tried just regular glass, and it looks okay, but the glowstone at least would make it functional in terms of illuminating the upper area. But I think that looks good. I definitely like it more than this. This is terrible. And it also, the way that I've done it, oh no, okay, sorry about that. The server went down for a second, and it looks like we went back in time a little bit as well, but that's fine. We didn't do too much in the meanwhile. So I was saying, it also, unlike this design, it lets me keep the hoppers. So I won't have wasted a bunch of iron and a bunch of iron and stuff by making a bunch of hoppers. So that's nice, and that makes me happy. Obviously, I can still change it, so if you have a better suggestion or you really hate this, let me know. The only thing I don't really like about it is that it is very dark. In the daytime, it looks great, silhouetted against the bright blue sky. It looks great, but at night, it's very dark. Hopefully, having the extra glowstone at the corner there will make it not quite as dark. Gotta make sure all these hoppers are empty. They keep eating my materials, and then I lose them, and I don't know what happened to them. I don't think this one has any. Oh, that one does. It does have one. But yeah, I think that looks good, and I think that higher arc makes it work better. I could always try to make it out of quartz, but I think I would rather... The quartz just doesn't match somehow. I guess I could try one out of quartz, but for the most part, I prefer it this way. And then, oh, we got music on again. Man, every time I switch jars between regular Minecraft and this, it starts playing music. Let's get a Silk Touch pick so I can take those glowstone down. And I've been thinking about what I want to name some Pokemon. And you guys really want me to have an all Eevee team for this gym. And I've kind of resisted agreeing to that for various reasons. Just, I don't know. For one, I still don't have all of the Eevees. I still don't have a Jolteon. No, a Flareon, the fire one. So, I mean, that's one thing. I guess maybe next episode or so we should get one of those. And I don't know, I don't necessarily like the constraints, like stopping myself from using the kind of Pokemon that I want just because some arbitrary rules. But I do like Eevees, and it does the rainbow gym, the rainbow girly manly man thing that I've kind of got going for me, does kind of, oh gosh, the Rayquaza spam, the Rayquaza spam. It makes sense. It makes sense to have a rainbow set. And the kind of cool thing is that your team is 6 Pokemon, but there are 7 types of Eevee. So I've actually got an extra one. So if somebody comes in with I don't know, something, I could switch one out for the extra one. So I don't know. I think that might be a good idea. And so to that matter, let's go over here. Oh gosh, this is great for during the Rayquaza spam. So let's see. Empoleon is not an Eevee. Rapidash is not an Eevee. Scyther is not an Eevee. Salamence is not an Eevee. And Metang is not an Eevee. But we've got Eevee, 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 right? So that's the 6 that I have. The 7th one I don't have is the Flareon, and I don't think I have an Eevee that we could make into one, right? Just double checking here. Nope, that's not an Eevee. Yeah, okay, so we've only got 6 of these guys right now, and none of them have been named. Jolteon, Glaceon, Leafeon, Espeon, Vaporeon, and Umbreon. So I've been thinking about names, and you guys have suggested some names that I haven't really liked, and I've thought about, like, I looked up, like, gods, you know, the names of, ooh, squeaky chair, the names of, like, ice gods or something, and there's a couple of them out there, but none of them really stuck out to me as, like, really suitable names for my entire team, and, oh yeah, I definitely like that curve. So, I thought, I really like astronomy, and so I came up with astronomy-related names, and I thought at first I could go with, like, most of our planets and moons are named after gods, you know, like Zeus or something. Well, we don't have a planet. Jupiter is like a Greek god, you know, based off of the Roman Zeus. So I thought I could go with planetary names, and like Mercury or something, and then I was like, that sounds a little bit too Sailor Moon. I didn't want to have like a Espeon named Mercury or something, so I went with moons. And the moons, we actually have so many more moons than we have planets. It really worked out well because each of the Eevees, are they called Eevees after they've evolved? Each of the evolutions, I guess, maybe? Each of them, obviously, has a different type. So, for instance, my Glaceon is an ice type. And so what would make sense as a moon would be to name it after an ice moon, right? So, we've got a couple of ice moons because most things in the world, in the universe, in the solar system are ice, because the further you get away from the sun, the colder you get. But I decided that the name Callisto is a good sounding name for, and it's a moon of Jupiter, and it's an ice moon, and I thought that sounded really good. Leafeon was a hard one because leaves are green and lush, and the only planet that we know of so far that has life on it is Earth. And I didn't want to name him Earth, I didn't want to name him Terra because that's not a moon, so I decided to go with Titan. Now Titan is my favorite moon of all of the moons in the world, in the universe, in our solar system. Titan is my favorite because Titan is the only moon that has an atmosphere. Titan is a moon of Saturn, and Earth, there's a couple of planets that have atmosphere. Earth has an atmosphere, which is what traps the oxygen on our planet so that we can breathe. Titan is the only moon known in the universe, other than, what, the only moon, Earth, and then Titan, has an atmosphere. And because of the atmosphere, that makes Titan the most Earth-like body other than Earth in our solar system. And actually, Titan is more like Earth than Venus or Mars because of the atmosphere, and it actually rains on Titan. It rains methane, which is a type of gas, but on Titan it's liquid. It's not hospitable, it's super, super cold there because it's so far away from the sun. But I figured since Titan is the most Earth-like body, that would make sense for our Leafeon. Next up, we got the Umbreon. Or the Espeon. Espeons are psychic. And so this was a little difficult because what moon would be psychic? I decided to go with Ganymede. One, because it's a cool sounding name, and two, because Ganymede is one of the few moons that has a magnetic magnetosphere. Basically, it's the thing that makes the polar, the interior of the planets are all made of iron, right? And so the magnetosphere is kind of what causes the planets to have, it makes sense, okay? And so I figured psychic, like the magnetic sphere, like that's kind of like what, I don't know, it makes sense in my head that the magnets and the psychic makes sense. Oh, MK fell from a high place. Who knew? I'm sure that was intentional though. So anyway, I decided to go with Ganymede because it made sense in my head and it sounds like a cool name, and I hope you guys agree. Vaporeon, water, right? And there's a couple of moons that have water bodies, underground oceans, liquid oceans. some of them actually eject some of that water vapor into the atmosphere. And one of the ones that does that is Enceladus, which is, I think, a moon of Saturn. And it's just a really cool sounding name. And so I decided to go with that for him. And let's see, who are we? Oh, the Jolteon was really difficult. So the Umbreon was a little bit difficult too, because Umbreon is dark, right? What is a dark moon? I mean, obviously there's the dark side of our moon, like of Luna. A lot of people would say, oh, you know, the side that never sees the sun, but all sides of the moon see the sun. There's a side of the moon that we never see from our vantage point on Earth, because the moon is orbitally locked onto Earth, so that the rotation of the moon is the same as the rotation of the Earth, so that as we rotate, the moon also rotates, and so it always presents the same face to us. So that's where the dark side of the moon concept came from, because we never see it, but it shows us the same side. I mean, it's the same. Wait, this is not right. It shows us the. It's not dark. It gets illuminated by the sun the same as the rest of it does. So there's actually no dark side of the moon. Like, that's a false concept. So what did I decide to go with? Well, there are a couple of moons that are like so far away from the Earth or from the sun that you could call them dark moons, that just very rarely see sun. There's a couple of points on Mercury, I want to say that it is, that are so they're in the valleys of such tall mountains that they actually never see sun. So they're actually the coldest places in the solar system, even more so than like places on Pluto and stuff. But I didn't want to name it after somewhere on Mercury. So in ancient, well, not ancient, but in old thoughts, in old mythology, I guess, or science speculations, they used to think that there might be another moon on Earth, or a moon of Earth, that we never saw because it was orbiting basically in our shadow directly opposite the sun, so that we could never see it. And they called that moon the Dark Moon, and they called it Lilith, based on some religious iconics and stuff. And so I decided that that would be a good name for him. I might change that one. That's the one that I'm really not quite sure about, but I'm gonna go with it for now, Lilith. If you guys have a better suggestion for that one, it related to moons, so we're gonna go with that. And it also, they used to think that these aliens called, I think they're called Umon, U-M-O-O-N-S, Umons, lived on there, and so that kind of worked with the UM concept. And, you know, Umbreon is named Umbreon based on the shadowy part of the Umbra is the darkest part of a shadow, so it kind of works. And then the last one we have is the Jolteon. This was the kind of complicated one, because a Jolteon is electric, and you would think that it would be easy. Oh, we'll just name it after a moon that has lightning on it, right? Wrong. No moons on our have ever been observed to have lightning. The only bodies that actually have lightning strikes on them are Earth, Jupiter, Saturn, and maybe Venus. So you need to have an atmosphere in order to have lightning. And the only moon that has an atmosphere is Titan. And we already used Titan for our Leafeon, and no lightning has ever been observed on Titan anyway. So what to do, what to do, what to do? Well, ooh, hello. We're gonna fight. Double kick. Because of that, I decided, and this is another one where I'm not quite sold on this name, but lightning happens a lot on the sun, and so I decided instead of naming him after a moon, we'll name him Sol after the sun. I might change that. Because it is not a moon, but at least it's not a planet, I guess, so it kind of fits the theme. I can't think of like what other electric things would fit for a moon, or if I named him Titan, what would I name the Leafeon then? So I don't know. So I might change that, but I might not. And when we get a Flareon, I'm gonna name him, because Flareons are fire, and excuse me, there's a couple moons that are full of not well, it's not lava, it's volcanism. So volcanoes erupt on him all the time. And one of the most famous is Io. And so I thought I would name him Io once we get him. But we don't have him yet, so we can't. Anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna do the rest of these. It's gonna take a while to do all of these. And I kind of want to finish this episode up. So, let me know what you think about those names, though. I guess, oh no, I guess it really doesn't matter that much as long as I named them something, right? Dang it, I'm gonna have to get snow slabs in order to finish that off. Let's finish this one off, and then maybe we can do something a little extra to finish the episode. You know what we could do? We could get we could find an Eevee and finish off our Eevee party. We could get a fire Eevee. Let's see. But first of all, let's put... do we have slabs? Yes, we do. Let's put a slab here, right? And then... am I doing this right? Oh, no. This one... yeah, this one goes on the same level as this one. So this one goes here. And then the next one goes up one. And then, I guess... oh, no. Wait a second. And then the next one? Did I forget it? I might have forgotten something somewhere. This is why I don't build on camera, especially not while I'm talking about science. But I do love science. And Titan is seriously the coolest moon. So if you guys have never studied a moon and you want to study a moon other than the dang boring one that circles our planet, our moon is not boring. I should take that. I shouldn't say that. Our moon is very interesting too. But Titan is definitely the moon to study. Although you could pretty much pick any moon out of a hat and find something amazingly fascinating about it. Yep, I screwed up somewhere. What did I screw up on? Is this... oh yeah, yep, I see. I put a slab instead of a stair. Going up, going up, going up. This one should be... no, wait, yes, this one should be that. This one should be... ah! Dang it! Okay, I'm gonna do this off camera, and I will go find an Eevee, and I'll bring you guys back. Okay, it took forever, but I finally got a Eevee. So, I've got some repeat balls. Hopefully that will get it for us. I only have 2, so hopefully... oops, excuse me. I was eating some soup while I was wandering this forest. I've been out here for like an hour looking for dang Eevees. Please... ah. Okay, bag. I might cut this and bring you guys back once we've got the dang thing caught. Come on, we'll do these 2, and then if it doesn't catch on this one, then I will bring you guys back. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright, bring you guys back. Okay, we're back at the computer. I got him. It seems to me that the suckiest of all of the Eevees is sadly Titan. So we're going to switch him out. Let's hope I have enough... oh good, we've got just enough to make a Firestone. I think that this is how you do it. I guess we will find out. Firestone! Now I think I have some of these over here as well. Yeah, I've got plenty of this stuff. And here comes the Rayquaza spawn. You know what that means? It's nighttime. It was raining, so... let's wait until... yeah, let's wait until it's night. I know you guys want me to go try to catch the shinies, but it's so difficult, man. It's so difficult. I'll let... somebody else can do that, I guess. I mean, I would love to find one, but it's not going to happen unless it basically spawns on top of my face. We are almost done. All right, let me cut real quick, and I'll bring you guys back once it's night and we can sleep. All right, we got it. Daytime. Let's pop him out. Oh wow, I didn't realize how tiny he was. This must be like the tiniest Eevee ever. A runt. Oh, it's gonna be a tiny little... here we go. Note to self: do not hit cancel. Do not hit cancel. That's what we did with our Jolteon. We do not want to hit cancel. Woohoo! He's evolving. Do, 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 do. Yes. Come on. The last Eevee of my team. I will have them all now. Done. Yay! Your Eevee evolved into a Flareon. Let's pop him out. Yeah, I don't like this model very much. I don't know if it's just an old model or if it's just the tail and the ruff are just so boxy. Not a big fan of that. But we've got it, and we need to name him or her. Is it a boy or girl? I don't even know. That means it's a boy, right? They are all boys. Wow, that entire team, all boy. I like it. Boys, my boys, my boys. Stats, rename you, and we decided Io is your name. Io. Io. That's the easiest name in the world. Dun, da, da. And now we've got a full Eevee team. So, I put the Leafeon away. Is this the best lineup of Eevees that I could currently have? Or should I switch someone out for the Leafeon? There goes a Rayquaza. You know, the one sucky thing about having a full Eevee team is that you can't ride Eevees and you can't fly on them. So, like, I should be able to ride you, but I can't. They're not rideable, and none of them have wings, so you can't fly on them. So that sucks. I was trying to, like, fly around looking for other Eevees, and it was like, you can't do that on an Eevee. So, anyway, we got some progress done. I should really take this screenshot back over at the other base, so I will do that off camera. Anyways, thank you guys, as always, for watching. My name is Vaughn, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye!